Okay, so in this video we're going to give some information about the two cross-country tracks that are in the local area vicinity to Wanaka. So the two tracks are Dean's Bank, which is on the northern side of the Clutha River here, and a track called the Hikuwai Loop. It's actually been renamed from Fuzzy Nuts and Hairy Bush. It's now called the Hikuwai Loop. So to access these trails, you can ride in from town. You can either ride around the lake along the outlet track, as described in one of our other videos, or you can come up through Sker Heights, as described in the Sticky Forest video we did, and cut across Sticky. That's a really good option because it lets you explore a little bit of Sticky on your way to the cross-country trails. Or else you can come around the southern side of Mount Iron and then hit up the Hikuwai Loop from the halfway point and complete it that way, or you can go straight to Dean's and start from this area here. So the Hikuwai Trail and Dean's Bank, for that matter, they're both intermediate trails designed at people wanting to have a single track mountain biking experience as opposed to just general sightseeing by the lake type riding. They're really nice flowy trails, and they're what I would describe as actual mountain biking. They're not for the people who are just wanting an easy ride. They're for someone who wants to test their technical ability as well as have a nice ride too. So the Hikuwai Loop is accessed from this campground here or at the halfway point along the outlet track here. But I usually start from the outlet track here. So I'll zoom into a different map. When you come into this outlet track here, you can come along the lake to the mouth of the river, and then just before you start to continue along this green outlet track, off to the right there's a little sign that says Hikuwai Loop and signifies the start of the trail. And you sort of work your way along the trail. There's a number of different sort of components to the Hikuwai. You've got a sort of a bit of a climb at the start as you work your way up to Norm's Rest. Nice little lookout at Norm's Rest, a good little spot to take a breather. And then from Norm's Rest you've got a number of descents, some jumps along the way, and you work your way back up along the second half of the loop, and then back down into the campground. It's a really nice trail, probably as a first introductory trail to mountain biking. It'd be a good one for someone to step up into, and can be a bit of a labyrinth, but the entire way is indicated with tiny little signs that keep you on the Hikuwai Loop. Now, Dean's Bank starts from the back of this campground here across the Albert Town Bridge. The Dean's Bank track itself has a fairly steep climb at first and a number of switchbacks up here which are really nice. And then once you get up the top of them, there's a fairly flat, cruisy section where you come along the top area, and then a nice descent down through the forested area to pretty much towards the edge of the river, and then a gradual climb back up through the forest. And then the whole return journey for Dean's Bank is really nice. There's a number of decent flowy berms, as well as some jumps to hit along the way, and it just feels like a really good reward for all the hard work you did getting out to the first part of the track. So Dean's Bank is probably my favourite of the two tracks. Really like that one, and it's well worth doing. A good ride to do is actually to link them both together. So from town you can come around the outlet track, jump onto the Hikuwai Loop and do half of the Hikuwai Loop, and then once you've done that half, jump back onto the outlet track, cruise along to the Albert Town Bridge, go across, do your lap of Dean's Bank, and then come back, and then continue on and complete the Hikuwai Loop, and then come back home from there. And that's about a 40-kilometre ride. It'll take you a couple of hours, assuming you're not going too quickly or too slow. So that's a brief description of the two main cross-country trails that are in the area. We've done a number of videos in this series about the various different trails in the area, including the outlet track, a video on Sticky Forest, a video on some of the longer distance rides you can do out towards Glendew Bay or Hawea and Luggett. So if you're interested in them, I'll put the descriptions in the links in the description below, so check them out. But otherwise, enjoy your stay and happy riding.